Okay, so why don't we start by introducing
My
yourself?
name is Keith Doley, and I'm the Honorary Consul for the Republic of South Africa in Louisiana.
And how old are you right now?
67 years old.
And how old were you at the time of the Vietnam War?
Well, in 1968, the same year that Martin Luther King was assassinated and Robert Kennedy was assassinated, I graduated from high school and turned 18 years old, and at that point became eligible for the draft. And I started Xavier University in 1968 when the Vietnam War was in full rage, and you would watch the nightly news and hear about the number of casualties that was happening in the different areas that they were fighting in North Vietnam during that time.
Okay, so while you were in school, what were you doing during this time?
Trying to stay in school. That was one of the prerequisites for not going to the Army. That was one of the ways that you were able to stay out of the midst of being drafted.
You want to explain how the draft worked?
Well, initially it was when you turned 18, they would just call you in and have you take a physical. You would register for the draft, and at some point you would if you had deferments, like an S1 was a student deferment, then you had family deferments, and then you had one brother already in Vietnam fighting deferments. So I was in school, and my time rolled around for my 1A, which would meant I would have been eligible to go to the Army at that time, or some branch of the military. But it was, you left New Orleans, you go to Fort Polk, they train you, they send you back to see your family, then you were off to Vietnam. And if you were lucky, you came back unharmed. So many of the things that you see in society today with a lot of the veterans, it's the effects that happened to them while they were in Vietnam.
What was the propaganda like during that time?
Propaganda, it was, well, I don't know if it was propaganda, but more like the daily news of what was happening in Vietnam sparked demonstrations in America. It was a very volatile time. It was, you had the civil rights issues going on, you had the Vietnam War going on, and it was a very tense time. It was a time that if you lived through it, you'll never forget it, because you knew that at any point in time, being draft age, you could go to the Army. They started a lottery system, I guess my second year or third year in college, and if it depended upon when your number came up in the year, or when your birthday came up in the lottery, you would go to the Army. If you were like the first 100 days that they picked, you would